do these Kenyan students have in common with some kids from Queens? Well, despite being a world away, they share a Lenten connection. Hi, I'm Christine Persichetti. High school students in the Diocese of Brooklyn are learning a lesson in service this Lent. St. Francis Prep is lending a helping hand, one that extends across the globe to their twin school in Kenya. Current News' Jessica Easthope has more from Fresh Meadows.
Students at St. Francis Secondary School in Lare, Kenya, dance and sing ahead of Mass. 7,000 miles away from St. Francis Prep in Fresh Meadows, Queens. The schools call themselves twins, but on the surface, they don't have much in common.
It's incredible what they achieve in that school. They have some kids who are walking to school for literally 8 miles a day.
Every Wednesday during Lent, students at Prep will be wearing these T-shirts. Principal Pat McLaughlin breaks it all down.
Our Lenten theme this year is an acceptable time for us to give back, of us to sacrifice, reflect, and this is the way we do it here at school.
Founded by the same order of Franciscan brothers in Ireland, every year St. Francis Prep's Lenten Service Project benefits St. Francis Lare. This year, money raised from the T-shirts will go toward buying the school a bus.
What the bus is going to allow them to do is actually pick up children from a bigger geographical area. Many of the students at St. Francis walk 2 to 3 hours to get to school.
Director of Campus Ministry Christian Sullivan is spearheading the project. He says the two schools are bonded by a Franciscan education that can be life-changing, whether you live in Kenya or Queens.
To be connected globally with other Franciscans through a T-shirt, right, is really powerful.
The T-shirts are $20, a small price that can make a big difference.
A lot of my time in prayer is in reflection on the life that I have as compared to our twin school in Lare, Kenya, but also taking it a step further and seeing what we can do to make their lives better.
Prep has given me that mindset to think about others who may be right next to you and also others that may be on the other side of the world.
Prep fully expects to meet their $25,000 goal. The money will be sent to St. Francis Lare in Kenya right after Easter. In Fresh Meadows, Jessica Easthope, Currents News.
St. Francis Prep is close to their goal, but they could use your help to reach and exceed it. If you'd like to donate to the Lenten Service Project, you can send it via Venmo to @StFrancisPrep and use Campus Ministry Donation as the memo. Students in Catholic schools across Brooklyn and Queens are diving into their reading and writing lessons this week, as now Catholic writers are taking part in the Great Diocesan Read Aloud.
Can you give me a thumbs up if you know what a kayak is?
Joining the Bishop of Brooklyn, me, and many other guests reading to kids across the diocese this week are 7 authors with Catholic themes. The second graders at Divine Mercy Catholic Academy in Ozone Park heard from author Lisa Hendy on Tuesday. Her book, I Am Earth's Keeper, was inspired by Pope Francis's message to care for the environment and all people. She hopes the message comes through not just in her book, but in her presence with the Queen's kids.
You know, they come up with great ideas and often things that I hadn't even thought of. And so that happened this morning, that there were some fun ideas that the students came up with. And, you know, once they start answering that question, they can come up with all kinds of things.
I already do those things right now. I always wanted to help the earth and not let any wrong things happen.
66 classrooms from 24 different schools are participating in the Read Aloud. It's a project of the Catholic Telemedia Network, or CTN, which provides instructional media resources to Diocese of Brooklyn educators. CTN is a part of DeSales Media Group, the parent company of Net TV. Bishops in France calling for fasting and prayers 1 day after the country made abortion a constitutional right. France is now the first nation to enshrine the procedure in their constitution. The bishops there expressed their dissent in a statement, saying that France would have honored itself by instead promoting the rights of women and children in its constitution. The prelates also pointed out France is the only country in Europe where the number of abortions has increased in the last 2 years. Ireland may also be making some changes to their constitution regarding motherhood. This Friday, on International Women's Day, the country will vote to change two parts of their constitution. The first would be to add other durable relationships in addition to marriage as the foundation of a family. The second would take out the words woman and mother in the referendum about caretaking and use more gender-neutral language. In a statement, the Irish bishops warned that these changes diminish the relationship between marriage and family. Bishops in Haiti are demanding answers after a prelate there was caught in a home explosion. The bishops say the church and all Haitian citizens must know exactly what caused the February 18th explosion that wounded Bishop Pierre-Andre Dumas. They're waiting for the results of the police investigation. Meantime, they're praying for the recovery of Bishop Dumas, who's currently being treated for severe burns in Miami. He continues to undergo various procedures but is in stable condition. Back in the States, a historic place of prayer in Oregon was vandalized, sustaining significant damage. Last Wednesday, a man broke into the Grotto Monastery at the National Sanctuary of Our Sorrowful Mother in Portland. He smashed religious objects in several rooms before barging into the room of a priest who was calling emergency services. The priest escaped and the suspect locked himself inside. Police responded and arrested 57-year-old Paul Joseph Yager. He was charged with burglary, trespassing, criminal mischief, and unlawful use of a weapon. If the officials at the Grotto need any advice on how to restore sacred images, there's a woman in Queens who can help. She's the Miss Fixit for the Diocese of Brooklyn, helping to make old statues new again. Currents News' Katie Vasquez stopped by her workshop in Jamaica, Queens, and shows us just how she does it.
In her spare time, this is where you can find Flofina Modeste Morris. In the basement of her Jamaica, Queens home, fixing sacred images like this statue of St. Joseph, which was outside the Church of the Nativity of the Blessed Virgin Mary in Ozone Park.
I will clean it, I will see what I have to do, and after strip it, I will start to fix the little things, the little scratches, and then paint.
It's a hobby that takes time. Flofina says it can take her anywhere from a week to a year for her to finish the pieces. But she's had years of experience.
It has a wonderful expression.
Her restoration work began about 5 years ago when her pastor at St. Pius V, Father Felix Sanchez, asked her to fix this Sacred Heart of Jesus statue.
It lost most of its fingers. The Sacred Heart, you couldn't see the Sacred Heart.
Father Felix knew Flofina had a background in art when she lived in Venezuela and trusted she could do it. While Flofina had never done the work before, she relied on her faith to get her through.
Let me try. With God, all things are possible.
She was testing every color, everything, and she was very delicate when she has to use the sandpaper.
Since then, Flofina has worked on so many statues, she's actually lost count. But what she'll always remember is the look on the faces of the parishioners who see her work for the first time.
They say, oh, his eyes, oh, the statue, oh my God, I feel something. And I say, oh my goodness, that means that I did it. I did it.
Because Flofina understands these statues are more than art.
The art is the only thing that can tell us our story. You know? Our history, the story of the churches, the story of the parishioners.
In Jamaica, Queens, Katie Vasquez, Currents News.
What a great story. And that is this Currents News Update. I'm Christine Persichetti. Thank you for joining us because we are putting your faith in the news. Hope to see you again next time.